5 o'clock Mountain Time on a Thursday. So that means that Barb is live on YouTube for a totally free stamping class. And I have a couple of very cute projects for you guys tonight. So hello to everyone out there. I am going to see how long it takes my iPad to engage. Normally it's like a minute. It's ridiculous. So if you are seeing me, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up or leave me a comment. Ooh, I see Myra is here from Iowa. Hello, Myra. Oh, that didn't take very long at all. My iPad has connected. And Nicole, hello, Nicole. We are going to see if we can get this thing to... Facebook always wants to know, do you really want to leave Facebook? Yes, I really, really do. So it always seems a little funny to me when I clicked, to go to watch myself on YouTube and Facebook wants to know if I really mean that. Yeah, I certainly do. So that's pretty funny. All right, I think I can see everything. I see your comments. Everything is looking good. I'm going to get my iPad up on it's not even really a shelf. It's like my tripod that I have that my phone sits on when I'm filming my desk. It has this little thing on it that I set my iPad on. So it's not really an iPad stand per se, but it works just the same. So yes, hello everyone. Thank you, Bonnie, for asking everyone to thumbs up and share, because I do appreciate that. And the YouTube likes that too. They appreciate it. Then they push my videos out to more people. The more people that comment, the more people that give it thumbs ups or thumbs downs. I mean, even if you give it a thumbs down, please don't, because that just hurts my feelings. But if you really hate the content and you have to give it a thumbs down, thank you, because any kind of a thumbs up or thumbs down is good. But don't do the thumbs down, because that makes me sad. Anyway, I hope you guys all had a great week. We had a good week here. We haven't done a whole lot. Today we went to the foot doctor. My husband is getting orthotics. He's got a really bad plantar fasciitis, I think, is the problem. It's the heel pain. All of a sudden I was drawing a blank of what the heck was wrong with his foot. Anyway, he's had it for a while. And we did get some of the over-the-counter orthotics, but they don't work that good. And so we finally had to go in and get the custom ones. And I'm sure a lot of you are no stranger to custom orthotics. I am not a stranger to custom orthotics. I have had orthotics for, 25 years probably. I don't use them all the time. After I initially needed them and had to wear them for a significant period of time, I am able to wear shoes without them lots of the time. But I still have them for occasions when I need them. And so there you go. So yeah, so I'm assuming some of you guys have orthotics. You know all about that. So he got his today and he's pretty happy about that. Holy cow. Dolly said they set a new temperature of 94 in Kansas today. Whoa. We are having a blizzard. So there's probably... I've shoveled off my deck. It hasn't been sticking on the road or like the driveway, but it's been piling up on my deck. And I've shoveled it off a couple times today. So I would imagine it's that heavy, wet stuff. It's been probably 4 or 5 inches of wet, heavy snow out there. And the temperature today is about 32 degrees. So definitely not warm by any means. But I don't know if I'd trade you, Dolly. I'm not a big fan of 94 degrees in Wyoming in April. So I guess I'll take the snow because we can use the moisture. We can definitely use the moisture. Amy says to keep that snow in Wyoming. Okay, we will. And Karen is here from Tucson. Tucson is where my brother lives, Karen. Actually, he lives in Vail, which I'm sure you're familiar with where that is. Not Vail, Colorado, Vail, Arizona. Who knew, right? But yeah, that's where my little brother lives. He's not really little. He's quite a bit taller than me. So, but it's kind of funny when I get to say he's my little brother. So anyways, Judy says it's hot in Florida. Oh gosh, I'm hoping that it is not hot in Florida next month. We have the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip to Disney World next month. And I'm preparing myself for the worst, but I'm hoping it's not. But it probably will be, because I come from this, dry, kind of cool climate. And so any sort of humidity and heat is probably going to make me sad. So bummer. Oh, and humid. See, yeah. Ugh. That's the thing I can't stand. And the one thing I really can't stand, this might be TMI, but how do you say this? Under boob sweat. Let's just throw it out there, okay? I hate that with a passion. So I have been looking into bra liners. So to hopefully mitigate some of that. Because I don't really sweat under my arms, but under those, under the grapefruits, they do. And I don't appreciate that at all. So, anyways, we're going to try to mitigate that as best we can. If anybody has any tips, please leave them down in the comments because I just am not a humidity heat kind of gal. I literally hate it so much. But my daughter is really looking forward to being hot and sweaty, so I guess she'll be happy. One of us will be happy. It just won't be me. But that's going to be okay. Whatever we're doing, it'll be fine, and I will survive, obviously. So there you go. And Diana said she got a notification this time finally. Yay, that's good news. Why did you get it today? Who knows why? It's a YouTube thing, I guess. Kind of crazy. Oh, we've got Barb, who is also here from Tucson. Two of you gals from Tucson. That's pretty cool. Wendy's here from Minnesota. She said it's a little stormy there. So Amy says, get a neck fan. Get a fan that goes around your neck. Is that going to be annoying, though, Amy? Baby powder under them? Carol, you're reading my mind. I have tried that. It's kind of helpful. But yes, so I have tried that. Nurse practitioner said use cornstarch. Cornstarch. That is a good, I'm going to try that. Okay, good deal. Any other tips you guys have? Yeah, please let me know. What about, what did you say, Judy? Body deodorant. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to try that. I may have to just get a few different things and see what helps. You know what I mean? So, yeah, tips, leave them down there for me. Bonnie says she's used cornstarch. Okay. We have some in the trenches comments here about that. So I'll have to take your word for it and I'll have to try that. So yeah. Because I actually have some cornstarch upstairs. So I can try it. Lumi. Oh, I have heard of that before. Okay. Gold's medicated powder. I do have some of that. I think I tried that because I've been kind of doing some exercises. I've told you guys about this before. I found that super cute gal on YouTube. Her name or her YouTube channel is Senior Shape Fitness. Ooh, Viva paper towels. That's an interesting. I may try that. And so I work out with her every morning. I just pick one of her YouTube videos and then I do whatever the workout is. Oh, goodness, did you see that? I do whatever the workout is. And some days use the embossing buddy. Francie, that's hilarious. And so I do get the perspiration under the hang, as I saw somebody say. And so I need to try some things. So I'm going to get some different things. I'm going to try the paper towels because I definitely have some paper towels. I just bought some liners. I'm going to try those. I will try the cornstarch and the medicated powder and we'll see what works out good. And the Lumi, I don't have that, but we'll see. Oh my gosh. Why do people always call me when I'm live? I don't understand it. Is it someone I need to talk to? Absolutely not. It's like some sort of spam call, but it's going to keep ringing. It's going to ring like 4 times, which is super annoying. So my deepest apologies about the stupid phone. I think that might be it because my answering machine's going to kick on and then whoever it is can leave their dumb message and I'm not going to listen to it anyway. Anywho, so yes, I've been working out, having the perspiration under the hang, not happy about it at all. I had a lot of it last year when we were in Mexico. Ugh. I hated it so much. So I knew this year going to Florida, I'd probably be just as bad, if not worse. So I gotta get some things figured out here. So I'm going to try some of those tips. Thank you guys. You're always so good with the tips. So I appreciate that. Okay. Anything exciting? My son's going to come over for dinner sometime next week. So that's fun. He wants me to make lasagna, which I am happy to do. My daughter just got some really good news, you guys. So I think I've told you she works in Denver and right now her office is in a part of Denver called the DTC. And she's able to drive to work. They have a parking lot there and whatever. And so she's had no problem parking. Well, they're moving their office into downtown Denver next month. And so the parking is going to be a problem. Wendy, it is called Senior Shape Fitness is the name of the YouTube channel. Really cute gal. I think she's from Canada. Anywho, So anyway, so they're moving downtown. So they have like 40 parking passes for the entire office, which is not going to be enough people. I mean, not everyone's going to get a parking pass. So she's been very concerned about what she's going to do because we don't really want her parking in some random parking lot where she has to walk, and it's just a little sketchy down there. Let's just say that. So she found out today that she is one of the people that gets a parking pass because she is one of the people that does go into the office every day. She prefers to work in the office rather than working from home. So she got a parking pass. So I'm so excited for her. So that's really good news. Kathleen wants to know if they close the park for Stampin' Up. No, they certainly do not. There's only about, I want to say maybe 350 demonstrators that actually earn the trip. So, I mean, it's a very, very low percentage of demonstrators that actually earn the trip. And no, they do not close the park. We do have a special event one night in the park so that whatever that specific thing is, like if it's some kind of a show or something like that, that will be closed for us. But the park, I'm sure there's thousands upon thousands of people that go through there every day, and they could never close that just for us. I mean, I wish that'd be awesome because I'd like not stand in line for rides, but what can you do? So anyways, we are going to have so much fun. And my daughter, that's just a big load off my mind. I've been very concerned about what she was going to do. I mean, and if she could find a parking garage that was close to her office, it was going to cost her like, $15 a day to park there. And that's a lot of money when you add it up for, 5 days a week. So yeah. Anywho, I guess that's about it. Yeah, I don't have anything else that's exciting going on. My brother had some kind of a laser treatment on his teeth, an LANAP is, I believe, the acronym for it. And it's some kind of a laser treatment because his gums are getting pockets in them, which is harboring bacteria. I don't really understand the whole thing, but he had to have some big laser treatment on his whole mouth, and he had to be on soft foods for a while. I'm not exactly sure how long, but he was showing us some things at the store he was going to try last week, and one of them was a can of pumpkin. And I said, no, I don't eat the can of pumpkin. That just sounds really gross. He was kidding, of course, and then he said he was going to try cottage cheese for the first time in his life. And I said, well, you're going to have to let me know how it is, because I've never had cottage cheese. It just the name of it and the looking at it, it doesn't look good to me. And so I've never had it, but I'm intrigued to find out what he thought of it. So he hasn't told me yet, so I'm gonna have to message him and say, what the heck's with the cottage cheese? Anywho, I think I'm gonna flip the camera because, like I said, I don't really have anything to say. There's not much going on, which of course, knock on wood, is good. I'm not complaining that there's nothing going on. So, and I know a lot of you are probably gonna give me some hate comments about the cottage cheese, and I shouldn't even say anything because I've never tried it, so I don't know if it's icky or not. It just looks weird. And sometimes my brain doesn't allow food to go into my mouth that looks weird. Like I couldn't eat a squid or an octopus because that just looks weird. And my brain would not allow that to go into my mouth. So yeah, I've got some food issues sometimes. I'm not a real foodie, so I'm not a huge trier of new things. I've gotten better as I've gotten older. I'm trying to get this silly camera fixed. There we go. I've gotten better as I've gotten older, but I'm still not perfectly tuned to just trying random food. So, but I had thought about the cottage cheese here and there. Just haven't gone for it yet. Okay. I'm sure you're all aware that we have a brand new Stampin' Rewards program that started on Tuesday. And what it is every time your order that you place in my online store is $20 or more merchandise total, you're going to earn rewards 10%. It's basically like a cash back option, although it isn't actually cash, but you get these banked dollars that you can then spend on a future order, and you can save the rewards. Like you place a couple orders a month. Let's say you place $100 in orders a month. You're going to earn $10 in rewards, and you can save those. So you can do that, 7 months in a row, you'll have $70 saved up, and you can spend them all at once. So that's very exciting. So all you have to do, most of you probably already have online accounts in the store. You just need to go to the online store, log in. There's a little prompt that's going to pop up that says, do you want to opt into the Stampin' Rewards program? Of course, yes, you do. And then you're in, and then the system will keep track of all your rewards. It will take your oldest rewards first when you redeem them, meaning like rewards that you have that are going to expire the soonest, those will be used first. So it's just a great program, and I'm super, super excited about it. All right. We have a new catalog coming out. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. And because of that, and we have new online exclusives coming, all that stuff starts May 6th. And so I am offering some product shares. There is a link to the product share page in my description of this video. You can register there I have multiple shares available. You choose what you want. I kind of have it spelled out pretty good what you get. And so yeah, check it out. And if you need a product share, I've got designer series papers, I've got ribbons and embellishments. I've got the color family papers that I love. I've got the whole thing. I call it the I Want It All. And that is both designer series papers, collections, the ribbons and the embellishments. That is the best deal because then you get all the products that way. So anyway, check that out. And then speaking of product shares, we have to go into Color Club because, as you know, we have 5 brand new colors that are going to release in May. And I have a Color Club. And what you get in Color Club is every month you get a color. And excuse me, and within that monthly package, so let's say your first month you get Secret C color, you're going to get 12 sheets of cardstock, the ink pad, the refill, the Stampin' Write marker, some ribbons, some gems. Oh, I know I'm forgetting something. Ink pad, marker, refill, paper, designer series paper, ribbon, gems, and then you can add on the Stampin' Blends if you want to. And then each month you'll get one of the colors, and it takes 5 months, and then you are done. So there you go. All right. So here are our new colors. I have taken the liberty to add them with some other colors so you can kind of see the difference. So the new in color is the one in the middle. And so we have the Strawberry Slush here in the center of this one. And then we have Real Red, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, and Poppy Parade. So you can kind of see how that compares to the other colors that you might think they might be similar. The Timid Tiger. Then we have Pumpkin Pie, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, and Peach Pie. So you can tell how different that is. The Cloud Cover. We've got Lost Lagoon, Smoky Slate, Cloud Cover, Balmy Blue, and the Pool Party. And so you can tell the difference there. Then we've got the yellow. We've got the Darling Duckling. We've got the Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Crushed Curry, and Lemon Lolly. See the difference there. And finally, the Secret C. It is a little bit similar to, it almost looks black, but then it doesn't. It's definitely a blue. And I've been using it on some swap cards, and I'm really, really liking it. And so then we also have the Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, and the Basic Gray. So those are our new in colors. And yeah, so that's exciting. All right. And so because we have a bunch of new products launching, of course, we need to have a new product launch party. So Kelly and Dina and I, of course, we partner together to do this all the time. And so we're going to be using products from the online or the annual catalog plus the online exclusives. It's going to be great. We've got videos every day scheduled. We have prize patrol every single day. We have card challenges. We have mystery stamping. We're going to do some gallery sharing from the incentive trip in Disney World. We're pretty excited about that. And so, yeah, everything is just going to be great. And we're pretty happy about all the new stuff. So, yay. So that's exciting. And what else do we have here? We have, we've got some guest stampers, which is really exciting also. We're pretty excited about our guest stampers. And it should just be a really, really fun time. Now, most of you guys have probably participated in this with us before, and it's going to be the same. You already know how it works, and so it should be pretty exciting. Oh, yeah, Cheryl says, and we have bingo. I almost forgot about bingo. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, we have make and take packets and bingo, so it's going to be super, super exciting. All right. So the link to register for that is in the description of this video. So is my In Color Club. So is my product shares. Everything is always linked in the description of the video. All right. Stampappy Academy. We've talked about this. We just recently reduced our price in the time where everything is increasing in price and you get less for your money. We have added to our product offering and we are lowering the price. So if you haven't given Stampappy Academy a try or you used to be a subscriber, come back. It's amazing. And we're really looking forward to our next Stampappy party, which is going to be May the 6th. Got to look at my little calendar I got sitting here. Oh, it's not June, it's May. Wait a minute. Oh, this is a 2024 calendar. Oh my God. I'm losing my mind. It's May 7th, you guys. May 7th at 6 p.m. Central, which is 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And it will be a private YouTube event. And if you have ordered $35 in my online store minimum throughout this month, I will be sending you a link. Or if you are a Stampappy Academy member, the link will be on Stampappy Academy as well. So anybody who's either a purchaser of online products from my store or a Stampappy Academy member will get in for free. And here is our really fun, cute graphic that we have created for that event. Our Everyday Arches online class will be going out at the end of the month. Pretty excited about that. It's going to be amazing. We finalized all the cards here the other day, and we are really excited to get these done and get these kits out to you guys, and you're going to love them. So the link to register for that's in the description. And this month, when you order in my online store, I have 2 PDF file gift with purchases for you. This is a purchase for anybody that orders anything out of my store. If you order 50 or more, you also get this one. So always free things with orders. So thank you guys so much for supporting my small business. I appreciate you very much. Okay, so my first card of the day uses the textured notes. Oh, I forgot to bring the dies over here. Well, I have a couple of the die cuts so we can share. The textured notes dies. Oh, actually, I do have to get them. Hold on. Okay. I do need the dies because I also needed something else that was over by my stamp and cut and emboss machine. So here are the dies, and these are really fun. They are rectangles, but each rectangle has a little bit different pattern in it, which is fun. You can see this is the next size down, and they just get smaller and smaller and smaller, and they're just amazing, and I just love this so much. We're also using the designer... Well, now I got to find it. The designer series paper, the black and white stuff. It's here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Here is the designer series paper. This one is called the Botanical Textures. Am I actually using this on this card, or am I just sharing this and I'm not really using it? Okay, I'm not really using it, but it's amazing paper anyway, so we're going to look at it since I pulled it out. I was like, well, my card is black and white and blue, so maybe I'm using this paper. No, I'm not, but I could. Okay, so here are some of the patterns. Love black and white patterns because you can add color to them directly onto the paper with blending brushes and whatnot, or you can just use the patterns black and white and add your pop of color with your stamped image or your cardstock choices that you use. So black and white paper is just so much fun to use for any project. And we're going to use black and white, but not the paper today. Good Lord, sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, as you guys probably are fully aware. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a card base that is thick white, and this just happens to be 4 1/4 by 11. It could be 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. Doesn't make any difference. Then I have a 3 3/4 by 5. Is that the right size? Yeah, 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of Azure Afternoon. Oh, and then I have this die too. Good Lord, I did not bring everything over here that I need. This is the Pattern of Friendship die. I don't know, is my camera going to pick that up? It is a large die. It's about a 6 by 6, and this is the pattern that it creates. Can you guys see that? It's a bunch of little dots. Like this is 4 rows of dots very tightly together, and then we have a single row of dots, and then the dots that are very tight together again. I think that it's picking it up. That is the fun texture that that die gives us. And so I have this piece of cardstock here that I ran through that die, and I believe this is 2 by 5 1/4. And I am correct. 2 by 5 1/4. All right, and then we have a label, one of the textured notes dies. This is also Azure Afternoon. This one is the third one from the middle, from the smallest. So this is the third smallest die. And then I have the little strip, the little skinny die for our sentiment. And what else do we have here? We have a scrap of white to do some stamping on. I almost said stamping and die cutting, but there are no dies for the stamps in this set. All right, so we need some black ink. So we're going to go with the Memento here. We'll just kind of ink that up, and we're going to stamp it. just like so. And while I have the ink out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment here. And my sentiment is from the same stamp set, and it says, "You are seriously the best." And so what I want to do here is I want to mask this off a little bit. So I've got the "you are" on one end, and I'm going to ink that up in the black, and then I'm going to remove my tape. But I do have another piece of tape on here so I can see like where my word ends. So when I'm actually stamping it on here, I can see where my tape is, and then I'll know that I want how close I need to be to the edge. So I'm going to say something like that. There we go. That worked out pretty good. And now I need to clean this stamp. Get all the black off of that. And then we're going to put this on one more time, and we're going to cover the "you are" this time. And then we're going to have it say, "Seriously the best." Again, we'll sneak that off. And I think I can add it. Can I do it here? Ooh, gosh, I almost touched down. I think I can. Actually, you know what? No, that's not what I was doing. I want a full one. I want a full one with this on it. So we are going to do this, and hopefully we get that centered. And I did not need this foam mat under here. So somebody should have asked me, "Barb, what are you doing with that foam mat? You don't need a foam mat when you have a foam stamp." Sometimes I can be a ding-dong. Okay. Trying to get that tape off my finger so I don't get ink everywhere. All right, so we've got our sentiments done. We have our leafy piece done. Now, I did want to add some texture to this piece here. And so what I decided to do was I decided to bring in the decorative masks. They are called Linked Together. And I did use these on a couple weeks ago on one of my lives for one of my card classes. And this time we're going to use, I think it's this die or this mask right here. Yep. So it's this mask right here. So I'm going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with my piece of paper. And we have a specific way to do that. So you would take your platform, you would stick that, whoops, I got some junk on it. And then I do need to get my little cheater piece of paper because I can't remember the exact sandwich. Okay, so you have your platform, and then you bring a cutting plate in, and then we're going to bring in a silicone mat. And then we're going to put our cardstock on the silicone mat. Then we're going to put our mask on top of it. So you just kind of center your mask, however you want it to be. So I would do something along those lines. And then you're going to cover it with your gray embossing plate, okay? And then you're going to run that through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then this is what you're going to get. So the mask gets pressed into your cardstock with the silicone mat in there, and you get a really nice texture. And you can do that with any of our masks. These just happen to be pretty fun because they are a lot of fun different patterns that you can choose to do that with. This one doesn't really work that well because you don't have enough force to get these little tiny holes in there. It works like slightly, but not nearly as well as something like that. And these are on the last chance list. If you hadn't looked at them yet, you might want to. They're not on sale, but they are on the last chance list. All right, so we have that and that. This I'm going to color. So I'm going to bring in some Azure Afternoon blends. And I'm just going to color in the open leaves. And this is the light blend that I'm using here. And we'll just go over that. And we'll just keep going here. And then we'll come back and we'll get those little spots that are in like just the black areas here. There are some little open spots, and I do want those to be colored as well. All right. And then you would fussy cut this out. I know nobody wants to do it, but it's not that bad, I did find. And so you're just going to kind of go around everything. And in case you're watching me for the very first time, when I cut, my left hand does all the movement as far as guiding my scissors around. The only thing that my right hand does is open and close the blade. So all of the guiding is done by my left hand. As you can kind of see, my right hand is pretty much just sitting there stable, and it's just opening and closing around the little areas as my left hand is guiding that around. And so you would just go around the whole thing. And some of these I'll go all the way in. Some of them I won't, because I don't want them to be too thin, you know. But you can have them be as thin as you want. You can go all the way in if you'd like to. You can not go all the way down in there if you don't want to. Either way is fine. This is one of those things that I kind of wish they had a die for, but, you know, what can we do? We don't always get what we want, right? All right, so how many of you guys in the comments, let me know, do you like fussy cutting or do you not like fussy cutting? I don't mind fussy cutting. Let's just say if I had to do, well, I did a swap with this card. This was my swap card a couple of months ago. And I did cut like 20 of these. It wasn't really that bad because I was watching TV as I was doing it. So I was kind of, you know, paying attention to the TV and not really worrying about, you know, what I was doing here. So it didn't take too long to do it. But, you know, if it was like 100 of them or something like that, if I was making wedding invitations or something like that, I might want to cry. So if I was doing wedding invitations, I might choose a different leaf. Okay, so that's what we have. So here's one of the ones I actually cut out when I was watching TV. So I did, let's see, did I get any more intricate than no, I guess I really didn't. I did it about the same. So there you go. Let's see, what are you guys saying about cutting? If it's not too intricate, Cheryl says no, she doesn't like to. Tony does. Bonnie says that's a no. Beverly says if it's not too detailed. Joanne doesn't mind. Maria will do it if it's not too much detail. Diana says yes. Myra doesn't mind. Patricia doesn't mind, but would prefer a die. Same. Joy, simple one's okay, otherwise no. Trish doesn't love it, but doesn't mind doing it. So there we go. All right. So that's that. So now we can kind of just do some assembly here. So I'm going to add my embossed layer to the front of my card. So we shall do that. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. So there's going to be a little bit of a white gap, you know, going all the way around like a 1/4 inch or so. And then I'm going to add my little detailed piece from the, I think it's called Pattern of Friendship, I think is what this die is called, if I remember right. And it goes with a cute little stamp set that has the word bestie in it, which I love that little bestie word. It's a fun little thing to use because, you know, you want to send some cards to your besties. All right, so I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here because I need this to sit on here nicely and try to make it nice and even. All right, my eyes play tricks on me constantly, so I always have to make sure what's going on. All right, so this little piece here, I am going to use some Versamark and add a little detail. So I've got this other little leafy piece here that comes in the stamp set, and I need to scratch paper. There we go. And so I am going to stamp this little leafy detail piece right up here, kind of coming in from the top. And Versamark is great to add a little tone on tone. Sometimes if you try to do it with the actual cardstock color, like here, I'll do a little sample here on the back. Sometimes it's too dark. This happens to be a pad that needs to be a little bit more inked, so this would have worked fine. But sometimes some of my ink pads, the actual color is super, super dark, and I don't always want it to be super, super dark, so I opt for Versamark instead. And that does seem to work pretty well. Okay, so we're going to attach this here. We're going to put our, what is this, our leafy piece, if I can pick it up. That's going to go here. Then my Seriously the Best phrase is going to go like that. And then my UR is going to go up here. Oh, here's my UR. I already had one done. So I would snip that off. And then we would stick it up there. But we already have one. So it's all good. We already had some of this stuff done. Actually, that one looks a little better. It's a little darker. I like that better. Okay, so I'm going to add the UR up in the corner. Maria says she likes these colors together. I love anything with black and white. And Azure Afternoon, I really think it's an underrated color. I don't know as though too many people use it often, but I just love it. I think it's a great color. And I'd like to use it more often. But we don't always have a lot of DSP that has Azure Afternoon in it. So, sometimes you have to, if you're using DSP, then you have to be mindful of, what matches this and yada, yada. Okay, and I think that's going to go up just a skosh. There we go. And let's see, Teresa is giving me information about what to do about my perspiration under the hang that we talked about a little earlier. So thank you so much. Okay, that's going to go there, but not before I get this under there. So come on, Barb, get a grip on it. So we're going to need to pick that up and add our sentiment here. About like so. There we go. All that. Yay. And then on the inside, since I already have one of these cut, I think I'm going to throw it in there. Now you can stamp it and color it, but sometimes it'll bleed through even on this thick white cardstock. And so since I don't want it to bleed through and I already have one of these, I might as well use it. So I think I'm going to stick it on here and then I'm just going to trim it off is what I'm going to do. Ooh, we have people liking and sharing the video. So if you haven't liked and shared it, if you wouldn't mind, that would be awesome. I would love it. All right. So what do I have? You are seriously the best. I think I'm going to put thank you on the inside. Let's pull this out and get a block. We'll get this on here. And I think we're going to try it with the Azure Afternoon. We'll see. If it might look terrible. We don't know. Oh, I did want to mention something. A lot of you guys have signed up for actually, I'm going to stamp this on a scrap first, for the catalog kickoff. And we need to get you into the group. So I did send out an email today to everyone that's registered so far with the link to the Facebook group. So check your email. And if you haven't already joined the Facebook group, then please do that so we can get everybody in there. When we start on the 28th of April. So it's coming up pretty quickly here. We're pretty excited. All right. Then I wanted to find some Azure Afternoon dots. Now I think these are actually supposed to be blueberry bushel, but I think they're going to work anyway. I feel like they'll be okay. And these are, oh, I'm losing dots. Does that not have a sticky on it? Is that why? Oh no, it does. Why are you moving around on my sheet? Boy, I've got dots going crazy in here. Okay, hope you might as well just pull that up and use it. If it wants to be off the sheet so bad, fine, we'll get you off the sheet. And so I think I'm going to stick one there and one right here. And then another one, a big one. Sure, why not? I am having the struggle bus here. I probably should have used my take your pick tool. There. Let's go here so that they're all in the black. Okay, dang, Bonnie, I just sent it out today. Did you check your junk and spam folder? Just because I have to ask that. I mean, I'm sure you know to check that, but I'm going to say it anyway. If I will try to remember, I should be able to remember to send you an email. Maybe I'll try it from my from our Stampappy Academy account. Sometimes those get flagged. I don't know why anything gets flagged. Sometimes my own personal emails get flagged. It's super annoying. But if you guys are out there and you are registered, if you want to add my email address to your address book, barb@barbstamps.com, that can also be helpful. And that way your email service will know that when an email from me comes into you, that you actually want to see it. And then your email system hopefully will not block it. So here is our first card. So cute. I hope you guys like that. I love it. There we go. Okay, Trish said she got the email today. Good. Glad to hear it. Thank you so much for letting me know. Because yeah, I don't know why some people get the emails and why some people don't. I have no idea. It's got to be, it's technology. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, Bonnie, I will send you another email, or I'll have Dina or Kelly do it. Or if you want to like whitelist me in your emails, then that might be helpful too. Okay. Moving on to our next card. Actually, this is my last card for the evening because it's been a struggle these last couple of weeks. We've just had so much going on with on stage, and then my daughter came for a week and can't get ahead. But I wanted to revisit the Cutest Cows, and why wouldn't I? It's on sale, and it's on sale for super cheap. So it's normally $24. It's $16.80 right now. And this is also on sale for the same price, $16.80. And I feel like a punch is probably about $22 or so, $22, $24, somewhere in there. So they're both really, really inexpensive. If you haven't already purchased this, now is a really good time to do that. So they're both on sale, which is always good. Okay. So I have a lot of stuff in this little envelope here. Let's see, what I need to bring out. I need that. Card base. Oops, that's my inside. We don't need to see that just yet. And I have a little ribbon. Okay, so to start off with, I am using the Lily Pond Lane Designer Series paper. Now, I do have the duck stamp set and bundle. It's not my favorite, but I love this paper. I don't love the duck patterns per se. I mean, that's super cute. Obviously, I think it's cute, but I like the back sides to these patterns way more than I like the front sides. And that's why I bought this paper. So look at the back of that. Who doesn't love a plaid, you know, especially pretty and pink plaid. Then we have this one. Well, it's super cute. The back is a very nice neutral kind of gray pattern. This one here, don't love it, but the back I do. It's just kind of a marbly peach pie look there. This one again, ducks are cute. The colors are amazing, but look how fun that is on the back. This one, cute. Then we have a little bit of a striped pattern. Another one here with just some cute little flowers, more ducks. And then the same in the peach pie, but this one is the pretty and pink, so it's got that nice kind of splattered look. This one isn't terrible as far as ducks go. The back is a very nice neutral gray granite piece. And then we have this one with these cute little flowers on the back. And now these last three they're better. On the fronts of the patterns are better. This, you could use this just like it is. The back is just some little like dragonfly images. This little lotus flower here, at least I think that's what they're called. And then we have some cute lily pads on the back. And then these fish again, and then another pattern. So for the majority of the patterns, I have been using the back sides rather than the front sides. And again, here we are, the back side. So this is one of the first layouts I ever did in Stampappy Academy. As you may know, in Stampappy Academy, each of us does a live class every month. It's about 2 hours or so. And we work on different layouts is kind of the main focus, but we also throw in some techniques or some fun folds or some color combos. So this was one of the very first. This was January of 2021 when I did this layout. And so here is like, this is like a sample card that we post that you could copy. You could make this yourself, and then this could go in your sample card file. I always make it a full card. I don't know why, I just do. You don't need to for your sample card. But anyway, and then I have the dimensions on the back here. So we have a 5.5 by 8.5 inch card base. Again, it could be 4.25 by 11, whatever you decide you want it to be. Your strip of Designer Series paper is 1 3/4 by 4.5. We have this balmy blue layer and this gray layer here. They are both 2.5 by 3.25. They're the same size. And then finally, our white layer here is, what is this again? 2.25 by 3 is the white layer. Okay. This is actually one of my favorite layouts. I do it frequently because I really like it a lot. So here are my two colors, and we're gonna glue them together, and we're gonna offset them a little bit so that the bottom you can see. I wrote top on this. Why did I write top? Oh, because I wanted this to be on top of the pink. That's what it was. Because when I was first looking like creating the card, I was like, oh, how do I want this to go? Do I want the green to be on the top, or do I want the pink to be on the top? And I settled that I wanted the green to be on the top, but then I know how I am, and I know how my brain works, and I know that my memory is garbage. And so I thought I had better write that down so that I remember that the green goes on the top. Does that ever happen to you guys, or am I the only one? Okay, so then on our white piece, where is my white piece? Did I not cut a white piece? Apparently I didn't cut a white piece. So we're going to come back in here and we're going to cut a white piece. And what did I say that white piece was? 2 1/4 by 3. So here is 2 1/4 by 3. And every time I use my little trimmer, I always have you guys ask me about it. I got it from Stampin' Up! As a celebration reward one year. They offered this. They don't offer it anymore, but I do have a link to a trimmer that is very similar to this. In fact, it looks exactly the same. It just doesn't have a Stampin' Up! Logo on it in the description video of the video through my Amazon store. Okay, so here's that. We are going to stamp on it. And we do need the foam mat now for this because we're going to bring in that cute little sunflower image and a sentiment. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment first so that I know where to stamp my flowers. All right, so I'm just inking it up. I'm going to stamp it up here in the corner. Oops, I need a little more ink on that. It didn't look quite inky enough. So right here is where we're stamping that. And now we can bring our flower stamp in, and now we can stamp this underneath and to the side of our sentiment. And I'm going to stamp this a few times. And finally one last time. And I am staggering the height so that they don't look all the same. I feel like that just adds a little more interest to your projects. Oh, what I was going to mention, where did I get this color combination? It's Misty Moonlight, Pretty in Pink, and Old Olive. Well, it's off my handy dandy color coach. This is one of the new color combination cards for this year. I need to load this on my website because I always put it on there as a free download, and I will do that again. So here it is, Pretty in Pink, Old Olive, and Misty Moonlight. And, you know, I love these cards because I am I'm color challenged, let's say. And so they do help me out quite a bit. While I'm thinking about it, I do have my free download for the new blends. I mean, we can't buy the new blends yet, but we will be able to in May. And I did put my new download for those on my website. So barbstamps.com/shop. And it should be the first thing that is shown there. And you can download that for free and you can add it to your blends. Okay. All right. So we also need to do the cow. So what I did was I took the cow punch and I punched out just of a scrap of cardstock. This happens to be copper clay. And so now what I can do is I can take the cow images and I can set them in here. So what you kind of do is just drop them in where they go. And you can do this with any of our punches. Our cute little jar punch that's being released next month would be perfect for this. And then you can pick those up. And so now they should be, quote unquote, lined up with the punch so that when I stamp this and I go to punch it out, then it'll be perfect. So let's stamp that. There we go. And just because I'm curious right now, I want to make sure it's going to work. And it should. Oh my goodness, look at how perfect that is. Look at that. And so when I go to punch that out, it's going to be perfect. But I want to color it first because it's easier to color when it's on the full sheet rather than when it's punched out. So we're using the same colors of markers for the project. What did I do with my little cheater piece? Here we go. So I know what I did with all the flowers. So for the flowers, I'm kind of going to alternate the colors somewhat. So I'm going to do, is this dark, light or dark? This is light. That's what I wanted. This is light Misty Moonlight. And I know sunflowers are probably yellow, but you know what? In Barb's world, things can be whatever Barb wants them to be. And for this project, Barb wants them to be Misty Moonlight. Because then it fits my whole theme here. Okay, get that. And then we're going to come over. And I'm actually going to skip those two. Those are both going to be pink. And then this one's going to be blue on the end. But while I have my marker here, I am going to do the centers of these flowers that are going to end up being pink with my Misty Moonlight. And I've got the light pretty in pink here. And so now we're going to finish. We're going to do all of the remaining flowers and their petals in the pretty in pink. Get that. I told my husband he was going to have a barbecued hamburger for dinner. And he said, "You want me to barbecue out in the snow?" I said, "Well, do you want to eat?" He chuckled. So I'm not sure if he chuckles because he's like, I'm not cooking outside and we'll have to cook it inside, or if I don't know. So I guess if he wants a hamburger, it's going to have to be cooked outside. Well, I guess I could cook it in a pan. That would probably be fine. Okay. Then we're going to do some leaves here. It looks like I got some extra ink there. So we are going to come in with our ink eraser. After we are done and everything is completely dry, I'm going to come back in here with that ink eraser and try to get some of that off. We should be able to get most of it off. That is the beauty of an ink eraser. And if you don't have an ink eraser, I do have them for sale in my adhesive kits. They are really handy. And because I do make little mistakes every so often, right? Okay, so then we're going to bring in the dark Old Olive and we're going to finish our leaves. So we just have a little bit of interest that not all the leaves are, exactly the same. That's my way of pretending like I know how to color, which I don't really. So there you go. All right. I don't normally color everything while I'm live, but I thought, what the heck, right? Okay, so then for the cow, I am going to do, now this is going to be the same thing. Nobody has ever seen a cow with a little green tuft of hair on the top of his head. Not hair, fur. And also a green tail. But you know what? It is what it is, and I need it to be green because it works for my project. And then I think I want the dark, pretty in pink, and we are going to do the little face area here. And I'm going to do just the little tiny section that's the inside of the ear, and then all the spots on the cow. Does anybody know what color I'm going to color the cow? I'm sure you can guess by the color combination that we've got going on here. Dolly said you skipped the little petals on the far left. Oh my gosh, where? Did I skip some? Or maybe she meant that maybe I came back and got them. I'm just looking at the comments now, so maybe I did see it. Okay. All right, so then we're going to bring in the Misty Moonlight. I'm sure you could guess that is what I was going to color in my cow. So most of the cow body is going to be Misty Moonlight. And again, you know what? I know there's no Misty Moonlight cows in the world, but it's just going to be really cute when it all matches. You know what I'm saying? And so we're just going to kind of gently go around our little cow friend here, adding our Misty Moonlight ink. Hopefully we stay within the lines. That's one of my problems when I'm coloring. I sometimes go outside the lines. Oops. We're going to get all of the little legs here, and then we'll get the body, and then we're going to punch this cutie out and get it onto the card. And so a lot of times, if you just do little circles, that works really good to blend it nicely rather than, straight strokes back and forth. It just kind of depends. Everybody colors differently. You just have to figure out what ends up working for you and what you like, what look you like the best. And then just stick with that, whatever works for you. All right, and I'm going to kind of color off here just to make sure that I have the whole thing done the way I want it. And now we can bring in our punch, and we're going to line up the body. Looks pretty good. Now I need to adjust for the head. And I think that almost perfect. Ugh. Okay, so there are my little cow pieces. Get off there. And so now we can just do some quick assembly. That's why I love this card layout. It's very quick to do. And so we're just going to add some glue here. Where's my card so I can sort of look and see, so I can cheat a little bit of where I actually put this and how much of an angle I give this. I think it's a pretty decent amount of an angle. Like that. Okay. And then this little piece is going to go in the middle of the old olive. So something like so. And then we're going to add this to the card. Got ink on my finger. Excuse me while I lick that off, because that's how I roll. I'm actually going to do this with dimensionals, I think. I was not going to use them, but then I decided I changed my mind, and I am. Okay. Throw those off to the side, and then here we go. So we want a little bit of the designer series paper to show at the top, on the left edge, and then of course at the bottom. So we'll do something like that. And now I'm going to add my cow's head to the body. So something like that. And then we're going to add our little cow friend down here. So I'm going to do a dimensional on the body and then a little bit of glue on the head. And then we should be able to just stick our little friend right on there. Oh my gosh. Is that not the cutest little thing you've ever seen, or what? All right, then I got some twine here. Now this is supposed to be Flirty Flamingo, but you know what? Just because something says Flirty Flamingo doesn't mean it has to go with only Flirty Flamingo, right? So I did tie myself a little bow out of the twine, and I'm going to stick it right underneath the cow's right underneath the neck, because it's so cute. So let me roll up my glue dot into a little log. And then I'm going to stick my log on the back of the knot here and press that into place so that it's right in the back. And then we're going to stick it right under where the little neck would be. Oh, so cute. And then I need to cut off the ends here. We don't want them super long. Well, I don't. You can do them. If you copy this card and you want them to be long, you can have them long. Oh, isn't that so cute? And then I already have the inside done. So the outside said, "It's your special day." I have another same cow here. This time I fussy cut one of the bells and stuck that under the neck. And then I fussy cut the little milk jug and added the same paper and wrote "milk it for all it's worth." And I'm sure that's crooked, but it is a Barb card, so that does not surprise me. So I'm going to add this to the inside. So stinking cute. So don't be afraid. I mean, I'm kind of guilty of this myself. Like when I get a pack of designer series paper, and if it's a pack that goes with a certain collection of products, I sometimes have a hard time thinking outside the box and using it for something else, like this duck paper. But I kind of convinced myself that the duck paper definitely is more for than just ducks. And so that's why I decided to use it, because I just love plaid too. It's one of my favorites. But I thought that was so cute. Oh no, you know what? I think we have some, what do I want to put on here? Rhinestones? Nothing? What do you guys think? Should I just leave it, or should I put an embellishment on there? Please comment and tell me what you think I should do. Embellishment or plain? What are your thoughts? If you want an embellishment, I've got plenty, so I'll grab some. Just in case we decide we want to use some embellishments. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Those pink embellishments might be too melon mambo-y. Those might work. Those, no. What else do we have? Looking for something that's kind of pinky. No. Ooh! What about those? These are those two-tone shimmer gems. They look like they're blue and pink. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? I might have to try that right now, because I just pulled them out and I'm thinking, that looks kind of fun. But it might be too weird, so we'll have to see. No. I thought it would be cool, but it's not. It's weird. So we're moving on. What else do we have? What other pink things do we have? Ooh, we have those little party dots. Those are cute. If anybody has a specific embellishment in there, let me know. If you have a specific one you're thinking of. Oh, I did not know I had that in there. I was trying to find these the other day. These were the brand new In Color flat pearls, and I was like, where are they? I just found them. Do you ever do that? I'm sure I'm not the only person. Okay. I feel like it's got to be one of these two. I feel like maybe the party dots are going to be a little bit better. Let's take a look. Beverly says plain. Tony says to leave it. Flo says embellishment. See, now I've got two. Only 4 people have commented, so now we have a tie. Okay, I'm gonna like. Normally, what I do with embellishments is I'll like place them on there if I'm not exactly sure if I want to use them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull them off their sheets, and we are going to figure out where we might want to place them, and then we're just gonna very gently lay them down. And that way, if we hate them, we can move them and put them back on their thing. What if I did that? Okay. Get everything. So what do you guys think? Is that terrible? Maria says that looks good. Patricia said plain. Trish says yes. Flo loves the pink ones. I don't think that's terrible. I don't think it's terrible. Cheryl says she likes it. Bev says it's cute. So I think you could go either way with this. I think you could put some embellishments on there, or you could not put some embellishments on there. Whatever whatever tickles your fancy is what you should do. So I think we're going to go ahead and press those down since we're leaving them. And again, oh my gosh, it is so cute. And I'm so happy that we were talking embellishments so that I could find my embellishments that I lost. Because I've been kind of driving myself crazy, because normally I don't always stick everything that's new where it goes, because I leave it out because I'm working with it. And so I could have swore I'd left them out, but apparently I did not. So here's my other card. I know I should have 3 cards, but it just didn't work out. So hopefully that's okay. We were still on for an hour, so I must have done a lot of blah, blah, blahing about probably nothing, because that's what I talk about most of the time. But thank you guys so much for watching. Now, I got a new little thing I'm going to start doing with my cards from these lives. I'm a terrible blogger, but I do try to get some things up on my blog, but I'm going to try to put them on Instagram. Okay. And so if you're on Instagram and you want like close-up photos of my cards, check my Instagram, which is just Barb Stamps. At least I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I'm going to try to stick them on Instagram instead. So I did stick some of my cards from last week on there. Just going to try to build that Instagram following just a little bit, because I kind of like Instagram. So maybe you guys do too. Yes. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a happy Easter. I hope you guys all have a great time. My husband has to work, so we'll have an early dinner that night. But nonetheless, we will still be together. So I will look forward to seeing you guys next week. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. And thanks for all your tips and tricks about the perspiration under the hangs, quote unquote. And I will see you guys again next week. Bye-bye, everybody.